Wilkins Bee Adventure. Let's see, why I got into beekeeping. Well, they're very interesting creatures. Beekeeping is an art, and let's face it, I love art. I love painting, sculpting, you name it. Welding, I make armor, all kinds of stuff. It's fun. Bees are artists also. They construct what we call hexagons. Hexagons are a superstructure. And as you can see here, I am in love with hexagons. They're the master of all shapes. I mean, all shapes can be derived from just this one hexagon. Another reason I got into beekeeping is liquid gold, honey, protein-packed, very nutritious superfood, and also has enzymes that are very healthy for your body. The other reason is mead making. There it is. I like to make honey wine. Mead has been made for a very long time. There's the bases I have. Sitting in the back of Jeep. We're going to go straight out there, about 75 yards. I'm dragging out the first, setting them in place. Right after I set those, I find a peso. $1 peso. Thought that was a pretty good omen. There are the other two bases. Now this base, or the top part of the base was so heavy, it was like 200 pounds. I had to rest right there. Shoo! Onward. Caught a stick right there. Caught a stick up my nose. That was fun. Alright, getting those legs in place. There we go. Perfect. Sturdy. It's 50 pounds of concrete in each of those buckets. So that thing's not going anywhere. Oh, now off to Tucson. That was Picacho Peak. Driving and driving. Now we got to go all the way downtown. This is Stone Avenue that we're on. Downtown Tucson, Arizona. I really love the texture, or not the texture, the architecture, excuse me, down here. It really gives you the sense of how things were way back when Tucson was actually settled. Most of the houses are made from volcanic rock, suggesting that the people really utilized the natural materials around there. Alright, now we're pulling up here. Southwest Bee Supply, it's called. Right down here on the corner. Now the owner of this store now is actually the son of the original owner, and he retired and his son took over. Really super cool guy. His name is Roy Wilson. Where's Roy at? There he is. Super happy guy. He's willing to help with anything that I needed, and said give him a call if I had any questions whatsoever. He was even excited for me. He was laughing about Maria kind of squinching about how much bees were in these boxes here. And in each of those there's 5,000 bees in each of those boxes there. A guesstimation, I'm assuming. Maybe more, maybe less. But they were buzzing. I could actually feel the vibration of them buzzing in those boxes from where I was standing there. Hold your hand out. Maria's saying, I said, are you excited? She's like, I'm excited. And I was like, what do you think? I think there's too many bees for those little boxes. We had some escapees in the car. At one point, I think we had over 30 flying around us. I had to roll up the windows because we were losing so many of them. It's a good thing I did too, because when I actually started bringing the boxes out, all those bees that escaped followed me, so saved some lives there. And the drive back. Cacho peek there in the mirror. Okay, now I'm setting up my first hive. Now in these hives they came with made panels that they actually take beeswax and they have a press that makes honeycomb out of wax, so the bees don't have to waste a lot of time actually building the comb. They can just get started right away building onto it and collecting honey. I'm getting my bee suit on, getting ready to fence. On guard! Fence the bees. Not just kidding, it's my bee suit. There we go. Brave Maria following behind me. There's no danger quite yet. I made her move back about 50 yards. Now she's taking pictures of me in front of me there, away from my smoker. You'll see the pictures here in a little bit. Give them a good smoking. I could have smoked them just a tad bit more, but it was kind of good because they needed to get out and start flying anyways. They'd been boxed up for probably about 5 hours. I'm guessing that's pretty typical for a bee pickup. You know, sometimes they come in the mail. You can order them online and get them in the mail, and I'm sure they're in those boxes for days. Oh, there's the first panel. It's already pretty much filled with honey. These are called nucleuses. They're from already established hives. And what the dude does is he takes, 5 panels out of an established hive, and there's actually a queen in a plastic tube that I'm going to introduce to them for the first time. You'll get to see her later. She's in a little cage. And a little bit agitated. You'll see more and more start to fly here. There's the brood. I don't know if you caught sight of that. There are little yellow caps on it. The brood is the baby bees that are in their larval stage. Some of those might be ready to hatch. I didn't really closely inspect it. I just got it in there as quickly as I could to make sure they felt as welcome as possible without causing them too much stress. There, now Maria was taking pictures of me from afar. There's that first panel I put in, loaded with honey. You can see how dark it is from the nectar collected around these areas. Tend to get a darker amber color from desert honeys. Getting them in there. Oh, there's some brood in that one. And I'm almost done. It's pretty fun. It wasn't too scary. I thought it was going to be worse than it was. Just as long as you smoke them. Then they, when you do smoke them, they go into sort of an emergency tactic. And they smell the smoke, and what they do is they rush to engorge as much as the honey as they can, so that way if they need to make an emergency flight out of the hive, if it's catching on fire, that way they can. And they can immediately go out and start a new hive somewhere else and leave their burning one behind. So actually, you know, when you smoke them, and then they're so preoccupied with sucking up the honey and getting ready to go that the guard bees kind of take a break and get everyone ready to take off if they need to. And here's the queen coming up. I got her out. She's in that tube, and see all the workers around it trying to get her out. All I got to do is take off that little cap there, put her in, taking the cap off. And I think I was having a little trouble with the little wax plug that was in there. There we go. I think she's in. There we go. Now, time to move the box out of the way so I can get the top on. Kind of just set it sideways. Now, getting everything set. Put the lid on now. That's actually not the real lid. The real lid wasn't ready yet, so I just used what he gave me for now. I gotta go pick up the other two bottoms next week. Well, thanks for watching.